What's up, guys? This one's a little bit different because you actually get to see me and there's no video games being played. We're watching a cooking video. If you know me at all, you know I love cooking. I like food. Food makes me happy. Uh, this food did not make me happy. I was sitting here just like any other day, and this video scrolled through my feed, and it's by Kay's Cooking. It's titled Manchester Tart, and I spent 2 years in culinary school. I know a little bit about food. I'm not a chef. I'm not a professional. I just like cooking because I like eating. I have never heard of a Manchester Tart, but the only thing I could, what's the word I'm looking for? Relate this to from the thumbnail was a pie crust with a few dabs of ketchup, and it has me extremely concerned, but also extremely curious. So we're gonna check out this Kay's cooking video called Manchester Tart.
Hi people, and I'm back cooking again. And today
Hi,
I'm
Kay.
going to be doing my version of a Manchester Tart. Now yes, I know I have been gone for a long time. I'll tell you the truth is I made the Manchester Tart long before, about a month ago, or
So she's made
probably a
this
couple of
before.
weeks ago. And the thing is, my laptop was not uploaded. Now, as you know, I do my own editing now, and my own copyright and my own videos. I do everything myself now. But it wouldn't, for some unknown reason, it just kept saying refresh, refresh. Even though I got to the end and it still wouldn't do it, and it just kept saying refresh, refresh. I phoned the insurance up. They said they haven't got it on their insurance, even though it was insured, because I told them 6 times it was called. Well, it was called what it was called. If you want to know what it was a fusion fire.
Excuse me for my American ununderstanding. Is that a word? Non-understanding? Misunderstanding? I got like 5 words out of all of that. I got refresh, and that was 3 of the words. And then I got insurance and laptop. So I'm piecing things together, but I think I know what's going on. This laptop's busted, wouldn't post videos. We've been there.
Even though I told them it was on their insurance, they still wouldn't have it. So anyway, what it were is, I thought, well, if no one's going to repair it, what's the other alternative? Buy a new one. So I bought a new one. I've set most of it going. I've just got to get the, hold on. I've set everything up apart from TikTok. No, forget TikTok. Done that. I've got to set everything up. I've got to set Facebook up and YouTube up. Then I can start getting videos running through. So yes, that is why I haven't been on, because of the laptop letting me down, which is only about a year old. So that's why I can't understand why it's not. Why it didn't carry on going, but that's the reason why. So let's get on with this tart. Right, let's start by telling you what everything is. That is my egg yolk.
Okay, we have food on the screen now. What is this? We see egg yolk, flour, maybe butter or like some hardened lard. I don't know what the second bowl of what looks like flour is. And I don't know what's in this bowl that looks like it had something in it before, but does it? Maybe that's water? Tango. I don't know what Tango is, but I'm guessing it's like an orange soda sort of thing. And a bag of icing sugar. Okay.
Sorry, egg yolk to go in that dish. In that dish is flour, plain flour, and butter.
Okay, flour and butter.
That needs to be moved away. That's just the. It needs to be thrown away. That. And in there is...
Did you just throw a dish away? I'm confused. I'm a little bit lost. I don't know if that actually got thrown away, but if so, I highly recommend just washing the dish and not throwing it away. Because that does, help out in the long run.
icing sugar. That shouldn't be on the table. And I've changed from cola today. I'm having Tango. But that doesn't make a difference. So,
Okay, no
all
cola,
I'm
we got
going
some
to do
Tango.
is I'm going to mix it. Well, I'm going to rub these in because need to have breadcrumbs. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to put that in.
What was it
I'm
though?
going to give it a good mixy. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get I'm going to make it into breadcrumbs. So
I don't know what the
let's have a
mystery
go
second
at that.
ingredient was.
It's me using my hands and getting them really covered in flour. So I'm going to mix that. Well, I'm going to mix it. Right, I've mixed it now till it's not actually quite like breadcrumbs because it's obviously it's a different colour. But I don't want you thinking that this is a pre-recorded one.
Oh no. It's okay, it happens to the best of us. We drop our dishes
The
sometimes.
reason why it's not gone off the old memory card is because the memory card, obviously, with me trying to get the old laptop working, it didn't work. It ruined the memory card, put it that way. So obviously I've had to buy 2 new memory cards. Buying everything, me. 2 new memory cards and 2 new memory cards. So I think that needs a bit more than. But anyway, let's get on with it. Right now I've got everything.
Whoa, that is a crazy shift. What happened there?
Done up and everything. I've got, got no way to put anything.
That dough does not look like it just did like 10 seconds ago.
So I'm going to put some flour on my tray.
Is that flour?
No,
I thought that said icing sugar.
It's I don't even know what it's called, so I'll just call it placemat, even though it's in. So taking it out. Come on, out you come, out you come. Oh no, this is going to take ages. Right now it's all out.
It's just dough. We're good.
Oh no, I can't roll it out
so
yet.
some more
So
flour.
let's just mix it around a bit so all wetness isn't in one place, it's all gone. So that's it, yeah, that feels a bit better. Alright, so let's get some flour and my rolling pin.
You have enough flour on that board to make another dough.
I guarantee it won't end up finishing in a round shape, but never mind.
Are you rolling it out?
Not to worry. I can tell it's not even going in a round shape now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep rolling it out. In fact, I'm not. I'm going to start again. So let's make it, that's it, more round, that's it. So, make it more round, try and make it more round. So, I mean, even if it goes a bit out of shape, it doesn't really matter, does it? Just because everybody buys a Manchester, well, I don't know anybody who does buy Manchester Tart. I mean, obviously there'd be loads of people that do.
I mean, it's rolling out pretty well. Maybe this is just not that bad.
Pinch that. Had a bit of pastry there, I didn't see that.
There is flour everywhere.
Right, so I am going to see now if that will go in my tin, dish, cake tin. Playing. So let's just see if that will go.
Slightly confused as to why not roll it the other direction. because you just kind of rolled the long end of the dough off the silicone mat and table. And if you had turned it sideways, it probably would have all stayed on the mat. But who am I
Oh,
to
in my tin.
backseat cook?
Well, I've measured. Let's measure it. Oh yeah, that'll definitely go in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grease this
If it works,
tray,
it works.
tin, dish, whatever it is. I'm going to grease it, but I'm going to grease it with marge because I am running out of butter actually. I've never done that before, but anyway, yes. So I'm going to grease it with marge. Put the lid in. If you want to know how I'm going to do it, how I've always done it, I'm going to pull the pastry up onto the rolling pin, roll it up, and then flatten it all over the tin. I want to stop kicking that camera key. So yes, I'll have a go at doing that. Voila, done. I'll not lie to you, I'll tell you the truth. I picked it up first time and it all fell off. Well, it didn't fall apart. Part of it weren't done. So these extra bits here, overlapping and that, I'm going to cut them off and, well, bin them. So
it may just be me, but that looks like a really thick pie crust.
Tin. I'm going to put some jam in it. Now, you do not have to have the jam I have.
Okay, jam, not ketchup. That is a massive, massive upgrade.
So I'm not going to tell you what jam I have because it's entirely up to you. I'm going to put loads of jam in it. Get off. Alright then, I'm not. I'm going to try and make that last.
I've never seen a jam come out as a solid piece of jelly. That's terrifying.
Not settling, is it? No. So, maybe a little bit more. So, what I'm going to do is...
Yeah, so add more.
Try and separate. I'll show you when I've finished. Right, it's spread out best it can, but the thing is I think I should have put it in the fridge first and then put the jam on it. Hoping that when it's been in the fridge, the jam will... I want to set a bit more.
I trust it. I trust Kay's cooking.
Anyway, so yeah, that is it. It's going in the fridge now for what was it? 20 to 25 minutes. It's going in the fridge, and then I'm going to get. But while that's doing, I'm going to get on with the extra bit of it. Right, now to make the custard. Now I've seen about, I don't know, 10 different recipes. It's really confused me. So what I'm going to do is I've got 5, I know some say 6, but I've got 5 egg yolks in here. Now it does say not to use all the white bit, so I'm just using all the yellow bit. And, well, get rid of all that in there.
One of my biggest pet peeves in the kitchen, whether it's my kitchen or somebody else's kitchen, I don't really care. And it might just make me seem like an ass. That's totally fine. Seeing somebody scrape out a batter or a mixture from a bowl with like a wooden spoon or an actual spoon instead of using a like a rubber scraper or what a lot of people call like a rubber spatula, which I think is wrong. It's a scraper. I'm gonna call it a scraper. But yeah, you can't get anything with a spoon. You have all the corners and the edges and all this extra batter that you just don't get to use. So that's always kind of unfortunate to see. But maybe she'll turn around and use a scraper.
Put that into soak. Always have a bowl of water ready. And then I'm going to put some...
No scraper, that's cool.
Vanilla essence in it. That should be enough.
Okay, vanilla.
Give that a little mixy. Then I'm going to put the sugar in. Now this is going to go in, and I've got to... Hold on a minute, I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. Right, we're back to knowing what we're doing. So these are the eggs.
I've been there, Kay. It's okay.
That is the sugar.
I lose track of my thought process all the time.
All in. So now I've got to mix that.
So adding the sugar to the egg.
with a little bit of milk.
Again, situation like this, you have this much. This is just egg and sugar, but you're using a wooden spoon. I'm not hating, but a whisk would probably be a better option here. Maybe even a fork, something to actually break up the batter as you mix it. That way everything fully incorporates into it instead of like having partially clumped up sugar in one area and runny egg and then some egg that's mixed with sugar here and there. It's just gonna be better for the overall product. I'm just some advice, you know.
Until all of it has gone, until all the sugar has dissolved, should I say.
It's okay.
And then it's going to be poured into a pan.
The spoon looks like it's crying.
With the cornstarch,
Why, K? Why V?
i.e. custard powder.
You're adding cornstarch. Cornstarch and custard. I'm gonna have to look that up. Is cornstarch custard powder?
Hold on, it needs to be on a
Is that a
medium
thing?
heat.
I don't really make a lot of custards.
1, 2, 3. That's halfway. That's a medium heat. Is the oven even switched on? No, try switching it on. Okay, you might get somewhere. Now I've been mixing this and I can't feel any sugar in the bottom of it. Not one bit. So I can tip it in the pan as soon as it warms up. Are we even up right ring? I've probably got wrong ring on. Which ring are we on? So that's for the bottom, that's for the top. Why isn't the oven coming on? Was it switched on already?
The other thing that bothers me, I hate to pause so much, but I have to. This looks like a stove, and it looks like the stove is obviously on top of the oven. I can't stand having dishes and plates and bowls and stuff on top of a surface that could heat up. So even if you're not using the stove and you're using the oven, probably not a great idea to set like a bunch of, you know, plastic, meltable, even glass stuff that could just shatter when it gets too hot. Because depending on the temperature of your oven, it's going to conduct some heat outside of it.
Hold on a minute, let's see what's going wrong. Right, it's me. I just don't know how to work the cooker. I've only had it for what? I don't know, a couple of years.
No, I believe in you, Kay. You got this.
So that's all that. The custard and the... Oh, for God's sake, Kay. Right, so that now has just got to have the cornstarch in it. You did see at the beginning I put the vanilla essence in it. So what I'm going to do is, I'm using this spoon.
Well, yeah,
what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this powder
you
in.
got this.
Oh, powder. Slowly. Pick it up really slowly. So, and I'm going to keep doing it because we don't want it to set too thick, do we?
If you're ever worried about having stuff cook too long while you're prepping ingredients, there was the school I went to was called Escoffier. It was an online school where you had instructors who would video call and you'd send in pictures and you would still cook and everything. It's just you weren't there in person to do it. You had to use your own kitchen. Totally fine. I got through all of my classes and then decided to quit that and not graduate because I was supposed to work a certain amount of hours, but I was also employed through another company, so I didn't really have the time to work the extra 40 hours on top of the hours I was already working. I also don't plan on being a chef. I like cooking for me, and occasionally the homies, we enjoy a good meal. But as far as like opening a restaurant or something, that's not my area. I don't plan on being a chef somewhere, and I don't really plan on working for a chef unless I'm editing videos, but the whole certificate of, nah, I'm cool. My whole point of that is there's a French term called mise en place, which translates to everything in its place. It's the act of having your ingredients measured out and put together before you actually proceed with any cooking. So having that done will actually save you a drastic amount of time in the overall recipe, especially in situations like this where she's trying to cook, but there's stuff all over the place, so you're having to move equipment and ingredients before you can continue on with your dish, and that will cost a lot of time and could cause some issues down the road where you have stuff burning.
Right, need that spoon for. You can see what I'm doing, can't you? A bit more.
Oh, I can see.
Right,
I see what you're doing, Kay.
Let that keep. Oh, it is cooking, yeah. Now I don't want to go and add milk yet because it'll make it all runny and soft and. Hold on, I'm kicking camera. There we are. Back to it now. Get that off the top of the spoon. That's it. Get that off. Get off. Right, mix it until it gets too thick. That's when we start adding the milk. Don't like it's going to get too thick at all. So,
There's
I'm
so
going
many
on number
lumps.
3. So, might have to turn it to number 4 to get some movement in it. So, I'll just bring the milk closer just in case we need it.
Exactly that. You are cooking on a glass stove, which, nothing wrong with that. But the issue is you have plastic containers and everything right next to the burner that you are currently using. So if that gets too hot, you now have a not so great situation.
But I think there's enough. I think there's enough juice in it to.
Your hand is also dangerously close to that burner from this angle.
Well, I don't know what's going wrong. If it's supposed to be all like this, but I've added everything that was supposed to be added, and well, all I can do is just keep stirring it and hope something materialises. Well, that's it come out of the oven.
Okay,
And
it's
my
just out of the oven.
attempt to get the jam to spread all around is a failed attempt. Pigeon crud. Don't mind me.
Just munching on crust.
I
Nothing
wanted
wrong with
the
that.
jam to
I
go all
eat the extra
over.
Fido when I'm playing around with it. Didn't sound
But
right.
anyway, it's being baked. Just gonna wait for it to cool down a bit to put the custard in it. If there's any left.
So what I'm noticing is you heated it up, but the jam
Right,
didn't
now it's
actually
cooled
go
down
anywhere.
a bit. I'm going to put the custard in it. Now the custard got a little bit burnt in the pan, but it doesn't.
That is not custard. That is scrambled eggs, my friend. I hate to break it to you, but that's scrambled eggs. You have made incredibly sweet scrambled eggs. And what you could have done to not do that would be using a whisk, which breaks stuff up so it doesn't do the whole clumpy thingy like I was talking about before. Also, probably starting at a lower temperature to get everything fully incorporated before you move on with your cooking would be a better option as far as not scalding your milk. And when you get milk too hot in a pan and it's going to curdle, it's going to not be great, which is what looks to have happened here.
It doesn't really matter because I can get out what bit there isn't, what bit isn't burnt.
Ah,
Get off my spoon.
That looks like it came straight from a breakfast burrito.
Put that into soak.
I love it though.
And that's not spreading. Come here. Get off. Get off. That's it. So spread it. That's it. As you can see, some of the bits from the bottom of the pan, but get it all spread it out. I think it should have been a bit more than this, but it doesn't really matter.
I mean,
Taking shape now. Look
it's
at
spreading
me,
okay.
Been
I'm
pinching
sure the
bits of
flavor's
pastry
fine.
up there. I don't normally like pastry, but I've been pinching. That's why it keeps going, jutting in and out, here and everywhere, because I've pinched been pinching the pastry.
Her laugh kills me.
Now the pie is still a little bit hot. Cover that bit of jam. Cover that bit of jam.
Never had a Manchester
That's it,
Tart, so does this
done.
get put back in the oven to bake some
I
more?
don't think it's turned out
Or is
too
it just
bad
done?
at all. That is the end product of a Manchester Tart. Now on some recipes I did read that you can put coconut in it, but don't like coconut, so I've not put any in.
I love coconut, but
Right,
I can understand why
well
some
you've
people
seen what
don't.
I cooked. I'm sorry I didn't show you putting it in the oven. Me putting it in the oven to blind bake it. I was hoping the jam would.
Okay, so it does get baked.
Well, it would have failed attempt, but I was hoping the jam were gonna start melting all over it, but it didn't. Anyway, I've cut a bit off.
Or maybe it got baked before, because
Size a bloody plate
that
to
looks
it.
the exact
I've cut a
same
bit
texture
off.
and color.
So I've got pastry and custard. Let's see. I've got nearly all bloody pastry there. Anyway, I've got a bit there.
I'm glad you like it.
Oh my god, a bit too much jam. But apart from that, well,
I think you
pretty
might have just
lovely.
bitten into like a pocket of like the
right.
jam that was just
Cases,
everywhere.
it was lovely. It was actually. I can't wait. I go over some more. I only got a little piece. Didn't want to look like a pig on camera. Anyway, let's see if we can get this right. I haven't done this for a long time, so watch for messing up. There's going to be a link in the description to my merchandise.
You got some K merch.
If you like what you see, please keep viewing me. Is it keep viewing me? It's something like that. Please keep watching me. Anyway, if you like what you see, please keep viewing me. That's it. If you want to give me a thumbs up, and them that are doing, thank you very much. If you want to leave that was a comment, recipe, whatever you want to call it. It was something someone asked me to cook.
Okay, so somebody
I've
left
done
that
it.
recipe for her.
So if you want to leave a comment or a recipe, please
There's things
feel
I
free.
wanna
The
say,
more
but
the
things that I
merrier.
don't feel
And if
they're
you haven't
okay to
subscribed,
say.
or you know someone who hasn't subscribed, get subscribing, get yourself back. I know a lot of you will say, "Oh, where have you been?" And I know a lot of you be, "Yeah, she's not coming back." Well, for you, I always say, "Yeah, I'm not coming back." Bad luck, I'm back.
Yeah, that was a whole experience. One thing that really threw me off was the entire color of the whole recipe was like different shades of yellow. You had the pie crust, which partially got baked, and then it became like a slightly darker tan color because it was cooked. And then you also had the custard, which actually came out more like scrambled eggs, and both of those things are yellow, which is nothing wrong with yellow food. It's just when the whole dish becomes one color. You had the red jam, which is cool. It just you couldn't see it under the yellow. Um, on the other hand, it's sugar, butter, flour, jam. It's really hard to make taste bad. My issues would have been with the texture and the consistency of having the overcooked custard, and I could go on and on about that for days. But I'm not a perfect chef either, so there's not really I'm gonna screw up a custard as soon as I try it, which isn't gonna be anytime soon. But if you liked watching the video, cool. We'll make more. Let me know what you want me to react to, and I might just do it. We'll probably see some more K. Uh, there's some other stuff floating around I've seen that's some egregiously terrifying dishes, like something straight out of like Paranormal Activity sort of foods. I've seen like three colors on one piece of meat, which is insane. But sorry, one uncooked piece of meat. That's what I meant to say. I'll leave you guys on that note. Thanks for watching. Share this video with somebody else. Maybe they'll like it too. And maybe a little thumbs up. Make me really happy. That's my smile. Uh, until next time. See y'all.